Well, we start out this morning. We know one drug court worker in Sandoval County, is off the job, but what we don't know is exactly why. A source tells us that a worker with Sandoval County's drug court was getting drugs from at least one man in the program and was helping him pass his drug test in return. We asked the drug court about this, and all it's saying is the worker resigned. However, our source tells us that worker was told to quit or get fired, and the drug court is trying to cover up the story.
Came out right after they opened and said, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what we've discovered. We corrected the problem, but all they want to do is make sure everyone is not talking about it.
We tried to talk with the worker who used to be with the drug court and the man accused of giving that worker drugs. Neither got back with us.
Cops are trying to find the crooks who are targeting a metro area senior center. Some thieves in Rio Rancho are stealing gasoline and vandalizing the vans that are used for the seniors at the Meadowlark Senior Center. Police say in the past year they've taken in over a dozen reports. Officers say they have increased patrols in the area. Locks were even put on the gas tanks, but it still was not enough to keep the crooks away last weekend.
Have gone to the lengths of getting underneath the vehicle and actually cutting gas lines and causing pretty extensive damage to the vehicles.
The county says it costs close to $1,000 to fix each van. That is taxpayer money, by the way. The county is now locking the vans up in a secure area. The Corrections Department is on damage control this morning. It released a notorious killer by mistake, not once, but twice this year. Inmate Lawrence Nieto is now back in prison, but we have learned that the Corrections Department miscalculated his sentence. Nieto is one of 4 men convicted in the infamous Torreon cabin murders. Back in mid-90s, the men shot a couple to death in a cabin in the Manzanos and left 2 little boys locked inside. Those children died of starvation. Nieto has been serving a 39-year sentence and is not eligible for release for another 10 years, but he was paroled back in March. He was caught violating his parole and sent back to prison. Then he was released again in August, violated his parole again, and sent back to prison again. A correction officials tells us that a new record system that has been put in place has identified the problem.
The man accused of burning 2 people to death on the Pajarito Mesa earlier this year is set to be back in court later today. Reynaldo Antonio Vargas is supposed to be arraigned on first-degree murder charges. Back in April, investigators found 2 dead bodies in a burned-out car on the Pajarito Mesa. They say one of them was Alfonso Garcia, a well-known gang member. Sheriff's deputies arrested Vargas a few days later after getting a tip about him. And a man who murdered a well-known restaurant manager in Durango will probably find out how long he's going to spend in prison later today. Joseph Durnoga shot and killed Ted Garcia in his home 2 years ago. Garcia ran Francisco's Restaurant and Cantina, and at first, police say it looked like he killed himself, but then the evidence simply didn't add up. Durnoga faces more than 16 years in prison.
An Albuquerque man is sentenced for stealing his mother's credit cards. His mother was killed after the crime in what is now known to be a notorious plot to get revenge. Brian Roth got 18 months probation for stealing his mom's credit cards back in 2009. Now, while he was in jail awaiting trial, Roth's friends cooked up a plan to kill his mom for turning him in. His mother was Ellen Roth, an APS teacher. She was strangled and buried by the guys in the Jemez Mountains. Now, 2 of the men are now in prison. Another one got probation. Roth's wife, Kathleen, is also accused of playing a role in the murder. She has yet to be tried. Brian Roth is not implicated in his mother's murder. Jury selection is expected to start today for the trial of a former state Senate candidate accused of driving drunk. Santa Fe police arrested Nicole Castellano after they say she slammed into another car in front of a police station back in June and then left the scene. Police caught up with her down the road. They say she refused to take a breathalyzer and was charged with aggravated DWI and hit and run. Castellano ran for state Senate but lost her bid in the primary. So a lot of people are still talking about the Albuquerque zoo prices and the mayor's decision to increase tickets from $7 to $10 for adults.
Now, if you remember, he said he was doing that to raise money to help fix up the zoo, but at the same time, an awful lot of people complained, saying they wouldn't pay these higher prices, thinking the zoo would actually lose money in the end. News 13's David Romero is live at the zoo here in Albuquerque. So David, I know we've only had the more expensive tickets for a few months now, but have they made a difference with people going there or the zoo getting money?
Well, Matt, you might be surprised by the figures that we got yesterday. They actually show that they are making a difference, those higher admission prices. Now, while it's too early to make the call, some of the numbers we got from the biopark and the mayor's office show in the month of September alone, attendance is down 1%, while revenue is up 15%. That comes out to about $43,000 more than last year during that month. Now, zoo officials say that the extra money won't only go to just animal facilities, but deteriorating workspace as well.
The amount of money needed doesn't justify what we're getting now. So the increase is very important in order to help us bring this facility up and make it state of the art. You know, we want to be the leader in bioparks, you know, in this region. And
we're full family entertainment. I mean, where else in the city can you take the family, spend a day, bring your own food?
Now, a compromise between the mayor's office and the city councilors could still be reached in the next 2 weeks before that meeting where they make the final decision as to how much you will eventually pay to get here into the zoo. Matt, back to you.
Thank you for the update this morning, David. You should know, besides money from the tickets, the zoo also gets money from the city. Probably a debate that's not going to end anytime soon.
No, we'll have to wait and see what happens in a couple of weeks.